Like other council meetings, we started off with resolutions and proclamations. We basically honored and wanted to recognize Small Business Month, and we wanted to encourage folks in the Christmas season, shop local as much as you can, support your small businesses. You know, the big companies get a lot of attention, and rightfully so, but right there with them are a lot of small businesses that have a huge impact in the community. So we wanted to recognize that. We also recognize Future Farmers of America and some youth who are doing some outstanding things in that regard. We went from there to look at a possible memorial at the Civic Center. There's a family with a situation it's a tragic situation, but they're making a very positive impact on the local community, and they're looking at putting a memorial at one of the soccer fields, and so we're going to be working with them on that. With the third, second, and first reading, as we spoke before, things go through 3 readings in County Council, and so we went through third reading, which was a good many rezoning requests. It was anything from a closing of a road to people wanting to go from residential to commercial, but nothing very new in that regard. One of the items on the agenda that was of more importance was an $8.5 million bond. And what it was to authorize the county to sort of get pre-approved, to sort of say, hey, we could get this much. It may not be what we need, but we're looking at potentially building a new fleet services building. The one we have now is out of date. The county has a good many tractors, machinery, equipment that we do services all over the county, and this would allow us to have them under one roof, be able to fix a good many of them ourselves, have the ceilings high enough, and consolidate it with a facility that we already have over on 28 Bypass.
It includes law enforcement too.
Yes, it also.
A lot of vehicles, their big thing, part of it's law enforcement vehicles.
And what a lot of folks don't realize too is you have all these vehicles and all these equipments, and you have to maintain them, and that's a constant job, from having parts to washing them to keeping them up to date. So it's an important thing, and I think over time it'll be well worth it. We redid the sewer in its entirety, but that was more of an ordinance thing, working with DHEC on paperwork. We also looked at new program for health care for the county employees. What was key for me was that if they wanted to keep their current health plan, they had that option. But what this would do would be allow them to have some other options that could potentially save them money depending on their scenario and what they felt the needs were for their family. So we wanted to present those options to them. We have the whole process in place. They're signing the final contracts and working with the providers, but all that would do is allow the employees to have some different options, save the county money, potentially save the individual money, but also give them access to a range of health care.
And the providers are local.
Yeah, the providers.
And the plan
local.
would go into place January 1st.
Yep, it'd go into place quickly, and I think we've seen a lot of positive feedback. I think Mr. Burns was saying in open enrollment season, we've already seen a good many of the county employees opt for some of the new plans because they evaluated where they were, and it's going to benefit them. So that's encouraging, and with any kind of implementation at that level. One of the things we wanted to make sure was there was employees dedicated to making sure everybody's questions were answered. There were no hiccups, and if anybody had any problems, that they didn't necessarily have to call a 1-800 number somewhere far away, but that we'd have somebody here in the courthouse that would work with the employees. So.
And finally, we're getting toward the end of the year. The last county council meeting of the year is going to be at a different time.
Yes, many times at the end of the year, at least since I've been on council, we'll do the last county council meeting of the year at 11 o'clock. I know sometimes we'll have a little bit of a social situation afterwards to celebrate Christmas and not have it at nighttime. So it'll be 11 o'clock on December the 18th in the usual historic courthouse chambers.